Last night, the Mariners came to town after taking 3 out of 4 from the first-place Rangers, and they were looking to continue their mini hot streak. The Seattle Bats delivered like they always do with the long ball, and A's nemesis Hisashi Iwakuma got outs when he needed them as the Mariners took Game 1. With the wild card in their reach, Seattle will need their #1 starter, King Felix Hernandez, to step up in September. The A's will counter with their ace, Kendall Graveman, who's aiming a breakout season for the green and gold. King Felix and Graveman, A's Mariners, next. Day baseball from the Coliseum, and it is a nice day for a ball game. Game 2 of the series. Last night, Mariners win 3-2. Today, they'll send their big man to the mound, Felix Hernandez. He'll be opposed by Kendall Graveman, so it is a good pitching matchup for Game 2 of the 3-game series. It's the Mariners and the A's coming up on CSN California. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. For Kendall Graveman, he's making his 4th start of the season against the Mariners. Ray, a couple of losses and no decision, but if he pitches the way he did in his last start against the Red Sox, he's got a chance to get a win today.
You know, the great thing about Kendall Graveman, he wanted to start against the Red Sox, and I thought it was outstanding. Here's a young man, 10 wins. What he did against the Red Sox is he went 6 1/3 without allowing a run in a game in which the A's won in walk-off fashion. But Kendall Graveman said, I wanted the challenge of facing a Red Sox ball club. You saw the frustration on David Ortiz. But that says a lot about Kendall Graveman. He did not get a decision, but after giving up 27 runs in the first 2 games, Kendall said, I want that start. He pitched great, didn't get a win, but I thought that was a tremendous challenge that he handled very well.
Last 2 starts for Felix Hernandez, 12 earned runs in 9 2/3 innings. And Ray, if the Mariners are going to make any kind of noise in this wild card race, and there's not a lot of time left, they need him to be really good in September.
You know, I think Iwakuma, 15 wins, and he got it last night. But for King Felix Hernandez, he is the ace of this staff. No matter who else has more wins, he's done great against the Athletics, especially here at the Coliseum. If he still, regardless of what he has done health-wise, if he still has that outstanding changeup, which he throws very hard, he mixes his pitches very well. Maybe not the overpowering fastball that he once had, but he still knows how to pitch, and especially against the Athletics.
All right, beautiful day for baseball, and we have a terrific pitching matchup, Kendall Graveman and Felix Hernandez for Game 2 of this series. We'll have lineups at first pitch from the Coliseum. When we come back, A's trying to even up the series at a game apiece.
on CSN California is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by America's Tire. Your low-price journey starts here.
Saturday afternoon baseball, as Stephen Vogt says. I want to sign an autograph for you girls. Right. Lower Lake High School softball team on the field before the game. Stephen Vogt, always the gentleman. Game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. Nice day, 71 degrees, a little breezy. It's just that type of day here in the Bay Area. Very comfortable, lots of sunshine, but a nice little breeze. Lineup today for the Seattle Mariners. Nori Aoki will lead off in left. He homered last night. Then it's Smith, Cano, Cruz, Seager, Lynn, Sucre, Gamble. Ben Gamble, our first look at him, just came over in a trade.
And it's Kendall Graveman, as we detailed, as Kendall is making his 28th start. And Sweet Home Alabama, as always, is played once again here at the Coliseum, with Kendall taking the mound and trying to beat the Mariners for the first time this season and continue his successful season. 10-game winner for the first time, and he's trying to build on that.
So Graveman kicks and deals. The first pitch of the game is a strike on the outside corner to Nori Aoki.
First pitch, 107.
107 first pitch here at the Coliseum. Aoki at 264, hit a home run last night. Solo shot, his second of the year. Also struck out a couple of times.
That last sinker, the second pitch, a perfect pitch to the outside part of the plate. A little backdoor breaking ball.
First inning, Graveman's been good. A 1.33 ERA. His 28th start overall. Sitting on 163 innings pitched, and we talked about the six-man rotation now for the rest of the year. Ted Barrett's calling balls and strikes today, and he is also the crew chief. Big Ted Barrett.
He's big.
He is. 1-2 pitch is hit hard past Healy down the left field line. Chris Davis backhands, bounces up against that side wall, and Aoki has a double. So that's how this ball game gets started. Defensively for the A's, Davis, Smolinski, and Valencia in the outfield, and then Healy, Simeon, Wendell, and Alonso on the infield. Stephen Vogt back behind the plate today. Well, we talked about that six-man rotation in the pregame show today. So when it's all said and done, Ray, it probably cost Graveman one start.
Yeah, he said 4, so normally
four including today, right?
Yeah. So it would have been 5 normally, but I think he'll be satisfied by the end of the season, the number of innings that he's going to put up.
And that one grounded. Simeon, diving play. He's going to fake a throw to first, and then he'll hold on to it. He saved a run with the diving play, but the Mariners have first and third, nobody out. So Seth Smith goes after the first pitch, and Seattle in business.
Well, you see the shift to the right side, and Simeon a long way to go to the shortstop side of second, diving for the ball. And you're right, you like to see that happen, because if you get a strikeout, then a double play saves a run. But you learn as an infielder with the runner in scoring position, especially at second. Third, it doesn't matter if you dive, he's going to score anyway, but at second can keep him from scoring.
So now the big fellas come up, starting with Robinson Cano. Cano at 303, 32 homers, 86 RBIs, and he takes the first pitch low. Last night, Robinson Cano was 1 for 3. He walked and scored a run, and he has very, very good numbers against Kendall Graveman. 6 for 11 with 3 doubles and a homer. That one grounded to Simeon. A's will get the out at second. On to first, double play as the run comes in to score. So the Mariners take the lead. Cano will not get an RBI, and it's 1-0.
And he's hustling down the line trying to avoid a double play, but a nice turn. Good feed by Simeon. They concede the run. Wendell with a strong arm right over the top, unloading to make sure he did get the double play. So the Simeon dive, while it did not save a run, that the A's able to turn the double play and very quickly. And I think the Mariners realizing Kendall Graveman is a sinker ball pitcher, try to get to it before it sinks.
Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. So 2 outs, and here's Nelson Cruz. Cruz DHing again today. .279 his average. 35 home runs and 86 runs batted in. RBI double last night for Cruz. Also struck out a couple times. He was 1 for 4.
After some high fastballs last night, which was a little surprising, but at the time he was up, he was thinking with 2 outs maybe to try to hit a home run. And he hit 35 already. Another excellent season for Nelson Cruz.
And that one is driven to center. Smolinski hustling back, and it's over his head, lands at the base of the wall. Cruz hustling for second, and he'll have a double.
Strong
double
man.
number 23.
Wow, strong man. And just back up the middle with a pitch about thigh high. And sounded great. Smolinski looked like he had it, and then all of a sudden it just took off on him, almost like a Chris Davis type line drive. Smolinski dropped the ball. Really is not going to have a chance to get Cruz at second. Pretty good speed for a big man.
So Cruz at second with 2 outs. Interesting note on Nelson Cruz, Ray. He's the only player in the major leagues with 35 or more home runs in his last 3 years. Remember with the Orioles a couple years ago, he hit 40, and that got him his big contract with Mariners. Last year he hit 44. This year sitting on 35. So
yeah, with 3 weeks to go, 3 weeks from tomorrow, the regular season will end. Of course, the Mariners hope that that weekend series against the A's, 4-game series, means a lot for them.
Line drive, base hit right field. Are they going to wave Cruz? Yes, they are. Here comes Valencia's throw to the plate, offline. Cruz will score, and now Seager's going to be in a rundown. Seager reverses course, and he'll end up being tagged out, but he's going to get an RBI single on the play. And the Mariners get a couple of runs on 4 hits in the first. Four hits in the top of the first. Let's look at the A's lineup as they come to bat in the bottom of the first. Joey Wendell again in the leadoff spot. Then Simeon, Vogt, Davis, Alonso, Valencia, Healy, Maxwell, Smolinski.
And Felix Hernandez once again on the mound against the Athletics, which is not surprising. He has faced them in plenty times, and 20 starts this season with a 10-5 record, making his 21st tonight or this afternoon. And for Felix, he will mix his pitches, not overpowering, tops out in the low 90s, but he has a great changeup. You throw the curve, the cutter, changeup. He's got an assortment of pitches that he will utilize.
Aoki, Gamble, Smith in the outfield. Seager, Marte, Cano, Lynn on the infield. Sucre, Jesus Sucre is the catcher today for the Mariners. King Felix kicks and fires, and the first pitch to Joey Wendell is inside. Joey Wendell at 286. 6 hits in 21 at bats. Nice ball game last night. A couple of hits, moved around well at second base. That one hit into right field for a base hit. The Mariners got their leadoff man aboard, and so do the A's, as Joey Wendell gets his 3rd hit in the series already.
Well, the scouting report on Felix, and I'm sure Joey Wendell said if he's going to throw me a 2-0 fastball down, I'm going to jump on it, not take a chance of getting a strike with a 2-1 count. So, yes, a leadoff hitter, seeing some pitches, and bottom line, getting a pretty good pitch to hit.
Here's Marcus Semien. Felix Hernandez immediately into the stretch. First pitch to Semien is outside. Marcus was 0 for 4 last night. 10 hits in his last 50 at bats, so his average at 236. Good numbers against Felix Hernandez, though. 6 for 17 with 3 home runs. Need a couple in one game?
Yep. Last year. And you never say you own the king.
No, no. You know, you're just renting him.
Exactly.
If you hit some home runs off.
Well, he's given up some runs and hits in the last couple of starts, and usually when he takes the mound, King Court, even have it here at the Coliseum. A few of the Mariner fans here.
And now it's 3-0.
Well, we have seen Felix at his best, and whenever he is at his best and he struggles early, you better get him early, because I've seen times where the A's have gotten the bases loaded early, first inning, and he has barely poured down and got nothing. The A's got nothing, ended up pitching great against them. So he figures it out, and he's tough to beat.
3-0 pitches in first strike. Yeah, April 10th, 7 innings. No runs, 10 strikeouts, but the A's won the game 2-1. Then on May 4th here in Oakland, he got knocked around. But they came back, did the Mariners, and won the game 9-8.
Actually, he left 8 runs, 4 earned in the game.
That's right.
Sean Manaea had given up. Well, if Mount Davis hadn't been there, if the ball that Cruz hit might still be going.
Still be going?
Yeah, it was a crushed ball. It's good to see, though, that he's okay now, back in the rotation. There is Mount Davis, and Nelly Cruz crushed one.
Three and 2. See if Wendell takes off. He's not running, and the pitch is foul back. Most wins all time versus the Athletics. Frank Tanana 23, Felix Hernandez 22, and Blyleven, Rogers, and Tommy John. There's Tommy John. His days in the American League were spent with the Yankees.
Yep.
Frank Tanana, a lot of time with the Angels.
He was a hard throwing pitcher with the Angels, a soft tosser with the Tigers, and he was good in both cases.
Semien hits one in the air towards center. Ben Gamble backs up, now comes in, and Gamble has it.
Well, on that list that we just showed, Frank Tanana with 23, Felix for 22. And as long as Felix is going to continue to pitch, he'll be at the top of the list.
Batting in the 3rd position, and
he's only 30 years old, which is pretty amazing. And of course, he got to the big leagues at a very young age. It was his major league debut in August of 2005. He signed with the Mariners in 2002 from Venezuela, and at that time, Ray, he was only 16 years old. It was soon after that that you started hearing about this young man that the Mariners had in their minor league system. There's a base hit left field. Vogt drops one off the end of the bat.
He'll take it.
Definitely take it. And Stephen Vogt, like some of the Mariners hitters, jumping on the first pitch.
Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Speaking of Venezuelan-born pitchers, most strikeouts in Major League Baseball history by a Venezuelan-born pitcher. Felix Hernandez is first. Johan Santana, Carlos Zambrano.
Isn't that amazing, the number of strikeouts for Felix Hernandez, yet he's over 3,000 behind Nolan Ryan.
That's true.
That's a strikeout record that probably will not be surpassed.
First pitch breaking ball to Chris Davis is low. Davis at 248, 35 home runs. For 4 last night with a couple of strikeouts. A little bit of a frustrating night for Chris Davis. And a chance for a good start here today with 2 on and 1 out. Iwakuma got his 15th win last night. He was good as usual.
Let's kick back and rest for about 4 days.
Talking to some of the Mariners folks before the game today about Iwakuma, and you and I had mentioned it, the fact that he had only gone over 100 pitches 3 times before last night, and they said once he gets into the 90s, Scott Service will have somebody ready out in the bullpen.
It's amazing too to have that kind of reputation, to be around as long as he has, and to know that mid-90s pitch count is it.
Yep. In fact, some people were even surprised that he went out there for the 7th inning, because at that point he was right around 90 pitches.
Right.
I mean, you'd love to have your starter 7-8 innings, but if you know what you're going to get on a fairly consistent basis, it makes your job a little easier as a manager. Overall, Iwakuma 15 wins this year, not too shabby.
Well, they have a power bullpen also to come in behind him, who Iwakuma tops out in the low 90s, if that, maybe upper 80s. And you got guys coming out of the bullpen, especially him. Yes, throwing 95 to 100.
3-2.
And again, 3-2. Will they run again? Probably not.
They are not, and that's why Davis swings through it. He really pulled off that one.
But I don't think I don't know that anybody really is going to get a fastball 3-2, a challenge fastball. Look at the movement on this one. And first, a great changeup that Felix throws. That looked like a cutter, but could have been a changeup, something off speed that, he came out of his hand like a slider, cutter, but definitely off speed and not a challenge fastball. And I think you just have to realize that if you're the type of hitter that Chris Davis is, and has hit a lot of home runs against the Mariners, as detailed last night, he's not going to get many pitches to hit.
And Felix Hernandez, I mean, you just don't see him throw a whole lot of fastballs right down the middle. In fact, it almost seems like he kind of works the edges with that fastball. He likes to get to the point where he can use the good splitter changeup that he gets a lot of his strikeouts with. But when he first came up, Ray, he was throwing 95, 96 miles an hour. Now it's really low 90s.
Yeah, we talked about Frank Tanana. That was the type of pitcher he was, but smart enough to realize as the years went on that lose the velocity of his fastball and utilize the other pitches. And if you can eliminate the middle part of the plate like Felix can, you can have a lot of success.
And now 3-0 to Yonder Alonso. Talking about the changeup this year, so he uses it a lot. He's always used it a lot. But look at the velocity. That's the changeup, 87 miles an hour. So I think with his changeup, the damage he does with it is probably more about the movement than the change in velocity from a fastball, because it's really not that much. The changeup acts like a splitter, really dives down.
Well, really following Iwakuma, you'd think that Felix velocity, but really they're similar in their style of pitching with regard to the movement on the pitches and several to throw at the hitters.
3-1 pitch is belted towards center. Gamble backs up, and he has it side retired. Well struck ball by Yonder Alonso. But the A's strand a pair in the bottom of the first.
Partner to bring the Science of the Game program to local 1st through 8th graders. Area students have the opportunity to earn a pair of tickets to a regular season A's game by completing fun and challenging science equations about the game of baseball. Get more info at athletics.com/science.
Adam Lind to lead it off, second inning. Mariners got 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 singles, 2 doubles in that first inning.
Kendall only threw 14 pitches in the first inning. That was surprising. They were swinging early.
Adam Lind had a double last night and a walk, 1 for 3. He's 1 for 7 in his career against Kendall Graveman. Mariners are 73-68. They're trying to put together a good stretch. They've won 4 out of 5. They have 20 games left. 10 at home, 10 on the road. And the final 4 are against the A's in Seattle, as Ray mentioned just a little bit ago.
And that should be beneficial to the Mariners if they are.
I hope they're still in it.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Simeon hustling back, and he reaches up to make the catch.
Some fun for us, fun for the team.
Well, yeah, I mean, it gives us something to talk about. Yeah. So here's the wild card standings. Now, you do not see the Mariners on that list. They are 3.5 games back, so they're right behind the Astros on that list. So again, you always look at 2 different numbers, right? You look at how many games am I back, and in this case, right now, Mariners are 3.5. How many teams are between me and the team I'm chasing? And that's probably more of the issue for the Mariners. Well, Joey Wendell comes hustling in. He gets Jesus Sucre.
To show that list again, I think we're going to see one. That's Houston. That you figure it's in the same division. Everybody else in the Central are the. You got the Tigers, the Orioles, the Blue Jays, the Yankees, all in the East. Houston in the West. So that's one team as a possibility. But then you have to watch the scoreboard and hope that the other guys, the other teams, can play each other and beat up on each other.
Now, on that list that you saw, Toronto, as you see, won today, and the Astros won. Astros beat the Cubs. So those standings showed those 2 finals. And the Mariners, they will play the Astros 6 times yet this year. So it's a very interesting American League wildcard race. The Yankees have won 6 in a row. They're just now getting started at home against the Rays. We'll keep a close eye on that game. Under the glove of Joey Wendell, and Ben Gamel, one of the new Seattle Mariners, has a 2-out single. Gamel coming over in a trade from the Yankees.
Joey Wendell trying to go down quickly, but ball picked up some speed once it hit the ground right there and
shortstop,
just past the
#4,
diving Wendell.
Ketel Marte.
About 3 weeks from tomorrow, the final regular season game, and I still think one of the best changes is having every game start at exactly the same time.
Yeah, that's right.
3 o'clock Eastern time, so the A's and Mariners will start at noon to make it a 3 o'clock Eastern time game.
Yeah, it really is a good idea.
Great, because the A's in 14, I think that kind of showed it all, because the A's were playing in Arlington against the Rangers while the Mariners were hosting somebody, and Felix started, and once the A's won the game, they knew they didn't have a chance, and he walked off the mound. It was over. There's no reason for him to stay in the game.
Yeah, you're right. That's a very, very smart idea by Major League Baseball.
A lot of scoreboard
Talk
watching.
about scoreboard watching.
Yeah, that's perfect on a football Sunday.
Yep, that's right. There'll be a lot of watching in general.
That's right.
Big series, Baltimore and Detroit. Play game 2 tonight in Detroit. Tigers won last night 4-3. Marte swings and misses. I mentioned the Astros beat the Cubs. Astros, well, they're playing without Carlos Correa, whose shoulder's been bothering him, and Dallas Keuchel's not pitching either. So they're trying to stay afloat, missing 2 of their most important players. 0-2 to Ketel Marte. Gamel with a big lead. He did steal 19 bases in AAA this year, so he is a threat to go. Easy play for Alonso. Simple backhand, steps on the bag, side retired. Hitting the runner left. Bottom of the second coming up. 2-0 Seattle. A's Baseball on CSN California is brought to you by AAA. Get a free A's Stadium blanket with any new AAA membership. Visit a participating AAA branch today. Restrictions apply. That looks like fun. I mean, we're having fun and all at the ballpark, but that looks like it would be fun.
It's like a lot of fun, and usually what you see up in Seattle.
That's true.
Thought last night, we normally hear the sounder going by the stadium at Safeco Field, and they trained last night that tooted the horn, made the Mariners feel at home.
That's right. We'll hear it 4 times when we go up there. Valencia, Healy, and Maxwell for the A's here in the second. They had a shot against Felix Hernandez in the first. They had runners at first and second and 1 out, but could not score. We have seen it too many times where you miss a couple of opportunities against Hernandez early and then he settles in. Kind of finds his release point a little bit.
Well, I think just in general, you are facing a pitcher that is a quality pitcher. You know that he's going to change his philosophy with runners on base and especially in scoring position, and Felix is one of the best at doing that. There's a changeup. That's a 90-mile-an-hour change. Comes in, big windup, big delivery, and you know most guys would love to have a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and this is a changeup. Ball just kind of sinking down on like a screwball that Jarrell Cotton throws.
You know what? I mean, really, it's almost like a real good two-seam fastball.
Absolutely hard.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
88, 89,
that's
90.
A good point.
Just sinking down, and it's almost like Graveman throwing his fastball at 89, 90 miles an hour. 3-2 pitch is low, and he walked it. Breakdown for Felix Hernandez this year. First 10, 4-4, 2.86. Last 10, the record's good. The ERA is not. Now remember, he spent 6 weeks on the disabled list with a calf injury.
Ryan Healy.
He spent all of the month of June and part of the month of July on the disabled list. Kind of a nagging injury that he just could not get rid of.
You look at the first 10, 4-4, but a 3+ run support, where he got double the run support in his last 10. And I would venture to say you give him the 6-run support, he might have been 8-0
no
instead of 4-4.
And you know what's funny, Ray, is he won a Cy Young.
Exactly right.
And this is going to sound weird, but he won a Cy Young due to lack of run support.
Absolutely. I remember exactly. It was right after Lincecum.
Yeah, 2010.
No, Greinke won it in Kansas City.
Yeah, Greinke won it, and then Lincecum won it, and then Felix Hernandez won it. Really kind of, I think it was 3 years in a row where the record was not
12, 14 wins. Yeah, and that's what. But I remember that, and it's exactly right. They said, well, he didn't get a lot of run support. Could have had so many more wins. His ERA was down, lack of run support. But a great challenge for so many of these young players who are seeing the king for the first time and realizing that in the division they'll see him a lot throughout their careers.
Healy rolls that one foul. Yeah, here it is, Ray. So 2010, he wins the Cy Young. 13-12 with a 2.27 ERA, 249 innings. The year before that, he went 19-5, but did not win the Cy Young.
Got a low ERA, low run support, equals a Cy Young award with 13 wins and 12 losses.
Seager has it. Fires to second for one. Cano in the smooth turn, and that's a 5-4-3 double play. So the leadoff walk is wiped out. So 2 outs. Some of the big names in Mariners history wins. He's already ahead of Jamie Moore and Randy Johnson.
63.
Strikeouts.
Bruce Maxwell.
Ahead of the same guys.
They just said in this day in baseball history, they had it on that Randy Johnson struck out his 3,000th batter. Of course, he started with Houston, went to the Mariners and all of the Yankees and so forth, but he did it in a Mariners uniform, 3,000 strikeouts. And really some would say that Randy Johnson became a star pitcher in Seattle. Yet he went into Cooperstown at the Hall of Fame as an Arizona Diamondback, where he won a world championship in 01.
Bruce Maxwell, a line drive under the glove of Marte. That ball had a little action on it, it looked like.
Maxwell 3 hits last night, including an RBI double. And back in today as the designated hitter and doing the same thing, just guiding the ball up the middle over the head of Felix Hernandez. Kind of a knuckleball towards Marte as he could not come up with it. And probably hit a little bit harder than he thought as he went to his left. Ball was past him. The diving effort. So the double play huge as Maxwell comes through with a hit.
And here's Jake Smolinski hitting at 253. 7 home runs, 27 RBIs. Smolinski skies one down the right field line, but foul. So here's the 3 hits last night for Bruce Maxwell.
One off Iwakuma, right back up the mound, or up the middle, off the mound, and could not throw him out. And a ball down the left field line. He just slapped it past the third baseman Seager. But the biggest one probably over the head of the center fielder with a double. That would drive in a run with 2 outs. Martin could not get to the ball, and Maxwell back in there again today.
Just guessing here, but he's in there because of what happened last night.
Absolutely. It's the check swing called by Will Little at first base.
So 0-2 to Smolinski. 0 for 3 last night. He did score a run. Rolls that one foul. Smolinski playing a lot. In the second half of the season, this is the 52nd game that the A's are playing again since the All-Star break, and he has started 46 of them. So he, like Ryan Healy, the A's are taking a very, very long look at Jake Smolinski. He's been struggling as of late. It's possible. Could be getting a little tired playing every day. But I guess that would be part of the evaluation as well.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
How does the guy fight through maybe a little fatigue from playing every day? Good take there by Smolinski. 2-2 the count.
Well, where Jake Smolinski, how far he has come. He let go by the Rangers, hit his first home run as a member of the Rangers against the A's, and then put on waivers. The A's pick him up, and next thing you know, he's playing exceptionally well in the outfield for the A's, and maybe the starting center field in the future.
And that's a base hit right center field. Smith over to cut it off, and Maxwell will stop at second.
And a great at bat, a check swing on a curveball, and then another curveball he took down low, and just figured might as well take a base hit to right field. And he does perfectly over the head of Cano at second. Not hit sharply enough to get to the wall to possibly score a run, but Smolinski with a 2-out hit keeps the inning going. Back to the top of the batting order.
Don't you think, Ray, there's a couple different evaluations you make on a player. The first one is he a big league player?
Right.
Smolinski is a big league player. I don't think there's any question. The second one is he a everyday big league player? And I think that's what the A's are still looking closely at with somebody like Smolinski.
And he's really never had the opportunity.
No,
and
right.
he's been platoon part-time with the Rangers, and then the A's picked him up, and he was doing the same. But then Burns and Coco both are gone. Reddick's gone. Opens up the outfield positioning, and so his approach is excellent.
Off the glove, and it bounces right to Cano, who throws, and Lynn is able to keep his foot on the bag. Side retired. Hernandez got a piece of that one, and then Cano had to make a quick throw. So the A's threaten again, but do not score. 2-0 Mariners after 2.
The #1 live streaming sports service. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. There's a free subscription to AdVet Premium. The #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Top of the order for the Mariners. Nori Aoki doubled and scored in the first. And a quick 2-0 count to Aoki. Free agent signee by the Mariners this offseason. Aoki last year with the Giants. Before that, the Royals and the Brewers. He will frustrate a pitcher. He'll just slap balls around, foul balls off.
And sneak attack occasionally with a home run, as he did last night on the first pitch.
And there's a walk. So leadoff man aboard for the Seattle Mariners, and that gets us to our greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Kendall Graveman chase percentage versus off-speed pitches.
Now batting.
First 23
7,
starts, last
Seth
4 starts. So
Smith.
They're chasing more lately, and thus the batting average is down. Again, that's off-speed pitches. So really non-fastball pitches. In Graveman's case, the good 2-seam fastball. So with the last 4 starts in mind, there they are. 2-1 with a 1.24 ERA.
That amazing, a loss and a no decision with a 1.24 ERA. No decision on his last start against the Red Sox. The A's no hit late. Came up with a big hit in the 9th with a walk-off.
Yeah, the game he lost was at Houston when he pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. He really pitched well. Before that, beat Chicago, beat Cleveland. So that's the 4-game stretch. Aoki is a base stealing threat, although this year not good numbers. He has stolen 6, but he has been caught stealing 9 times. That's not good. Mariners don't do much of that anyways. 44 steals on the year, 3rd fewest in the American League.
Well, a great pitch to take if you're a hitter, but Kendall Graveman hoping for a swing by Seth Smith to hit the ball on the ground.
Aoki has a very big lead at first. Cano to follow. And that one's hit right up the middle. May have gone through the legs of Kendall Graveman. So once again, Graveman going to work out of some trouble.
Problem about being a ground ball pitcher, this can happen. And you're right,
Now
jump
batting.
skip and maybe right through the wickets. No chance for anybody, and hit hard enough that Aoki, even with his speed, could not make it to 3rd.
So here's Cano, nobody out. Cano hit into a 6-4-3 double play. It knocked in a run in the first. He did not get an RBI. First pitch to Cano, runs outside.
Well, Roberts Cano, August 13th, Kendall Graveman here at the Coliseum, and that was an inning in which it seemed like every hitter, especially the middle part of the order, just kept swinging the first pitches. And Robbie Cano, straightaway center field. Cruz also got it.
Good pitch there, 1-1. From 6 for 12 now against Graveman.
He's all those great numbers, yet he hit into a double play first at bat, first inning. The A's hopeful of doing the same in this one. That scored a run with Aoki getting to 3rd.
Graveman's going to get a visit from Stephen Vogt. Not quite sharp today as we've seen lately. He's allowed 6 hits. He does not have a strikeout. He needs a ground ball here.
Watch Stephen Vogt on this pitch. This is how much the ball is moving. He has to catch it and then kind of going away and down. And you know, that could almost indicate if Stephen went out to talk to him, maybe it had a scuff on it. Who knows? I mean, those little things can happen because Stephen Vogt knows as well as anybody the movement that Kendall Graveman has on his fastball, especially the sinker. Sometimes it runs a little bit too much.
Got Cano out in front there in the count 2-2.
But we all know a lot of pitchers that this is scuff on the baseball. They say, let me keep it.
Give me the ball.
And that's amazing. Catchers offer the ball to the umpire if it hits the ground before an umpire or the hitter even asks for it. Throw it back. But catchers too that don't want a pitcher to throw a baseball that maybe has a scratch on it or a scuff if they don't know what they're doing with it. Because the catcher sometimes can call a pitch and not get the pitch they actually called.
Now the count is full. Graveman needs a ground ball here. He knows how to do it. Ground ball percentage leaders in the American League. Graveman is 5th.
About 2 Blue Jays on that list, and we got a pretty good infield to stay busy with the ground ball pitchers. Stroman and Sanchez.
Runner's not going, and the ball's hit high in the air, foul. On run for Healy. Nobody's going to get it.
Yeah, it's a little surprising because I don't know that anybody makes contact better than Robbie Cano. And the fact that he makes contact and could result in a double play.
Yeah, good call.
The other night when Trout stole third and Ryan Healy did not move, it was because there was the back end. Pujols was at first and Stephen Vogt was going to throw to second in the event it was a double steal. But Pujols did not run and Healy got the throw, but he was behind the bag. But it's that saying that even though you know the play that's on, you still cover if you see somebody stealing.
Again, runner's not going, and again a foul ball left side.
And the old thing about, well, left-handed hitter and opens up third base, but it's more of a runner on the move to avoid a double play. See how far Healy's off the bag at third. I mean, he could get there if it was to strike him out, possibly throw him out. Or maybe even they would throw to second base as a pre-planned play, but just a little surprise. 2 foul balls at 3-2. Aoki has not moved.
Simeon playing right behind him, but not really holding him on. Now Simeon backs off. And again, a foul ball. Yeah, I mean, both runners could really get huge jumps if they wanted to.
And I think, too, and Robinson Cano been around long enough to know that if they're on the move, he knows how important it is to make contact. And that is the biggest thing.
And Graveman, not a huge strikeout guy either.
So the 9th pitch in the at-bat coming up.
And it's outside, and Cano has a very good at-bat, wins the battle. And now the bases are loaded, nobody out for Nelson Cruz.
Now Graveman stayed outside, but it just ran too much off the plate.
So could it be, Ray, that, I mean, like you just said a moment ago, just too much movement today?
Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, you want to have movement, obviously, but.
And one of the fears for a catcher is to make an adjustment towards the middle of the plate and then it doesn't move.
Yeah.
And then becomes too hittable. But it may be a side to side movement instead of the downward movement, which creates more ground balls. Well, we mentioned the Cano home run, but Nelly Cruz also got Kendall Graveman in that 1 inning. Again, center field, and Kendall knew it. A little bit of a hanger, and with the Xfinity sign right center, that's the power that Nelson Cruz has.
Now batting, number 15, Kyle.
All right, so Nelson Cruz steps in, doubled and scored in the 1st inning, and the first pitch is ripped to left. That's trouble. And that is going to bang off the base of the wall. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Cano to third, he'll make it, and Nelson Cruz with a big hit as he knocks in a pair. It's 4-0 Seattle, and he did not wait around.
2 walks in the inning. King Felix, the recipient of the 4-run lead, but that first pitch, and good hitters think you zone in, you think he's going to come in. It was close to being a slam. That ball hit the base of the wall.
Number 15.
Still hit so hard, 2 runners able to score. Talk about a good hitter, Nelson Cruz, and really taking advantage of this situation in which Kendall Graveman did walk 2, which is surprising in that sense. And Graveman figured if he wants to get ahead, he's going to jump on it, and he did.
So Cruz now with 88 RBIs, and infield has to come in for Kyle Seager. That seemed like a good time to think about swinging early in the count. That may not make sense, but if you think about it, you just walked a guy.
Exactly.
Now the bases are loaded. I mean, if you're Cruz, you're thinking, you know what? He wants to get ahead of me because he doesn't want to walk another guy. He can't walk another guy. I'm going to look for a pitch to hit early in the count. That's what happened. I think the theory of, well, he just walked a guy, make him throw a strike. I don't know that that's always the best way to look at it.
Well, good hitter zone, and he's looking for a pitch. He got it, and he hit. He's very quick, and that, I mean, it's one thing to just swing at anything. It's another to say, I'm going to swing at my pitch, which he had the luxury of taking it.
Cano is going to tag if anybody were to catch it. Nobody does. So it's 0-2 to Seager.
Man, act like he just caught a bullet.
Scotty looking a little tired today.
Yeah, he's looking cool.
Yeah.
He's just trying to be cool.
Day game. Yeah. Watch.
Yeah, give it.
Watch this. Watch. Yeah, I'm tired. Seager strikes out. So the first strikeout by Graveman on the day is a big one. It's a big RBI man looking with a runner at third in the infield.
A 2-out hit in his last at bat, and two-seamer. Good place to throw it. Got the movement, and this is what you want to do. You want to buckle the knees. The hitter, have him move back like Seager just did, and bring the two-seamer back over the plate. Stephen Vogt held it.
Now they're going to walk Adam Lind to face Jesus Sucre. So you can certainly see the strategy here. Sucre not had a whole lot of at bats this year. In fact, well, he's at 12. So now Graveman needs one of those ground balls in the worst way.
Now batting, number 2, Jesus.
One of the most memorable or most forgettable games, 2013, King Felix pitching. Henry Blanco, remember him?
I do.
And he showed up, caught Felix in his first game. A.J. Griffin, grand slam. Henry Blanco, first pitch, hitting, grand slam, 4-0. Felix beat the A's. But it's almost like when Greg Maddux.
Healy tries to bare hand, can't do it. Run scores, everybody's safe, and it's 5-0. What can you do?
Well, he got the ground ball is what he got, but unfortunately Sucre hit it too softly. He's going to get a base hit, but he just topped it. The only play hopeful was getting Cano. Then he's going to go first and bare hand the ball. Couldn't get anybody.
So it's a hit and an RBI for Sucre.
And that allows the. And that was Ted Barrett called the ball fair when contact was made by Healy.
So now Ben Gamble steps up. Gamble takes a little bit outside. Ben Gamble is 25 years old. Mariners sent a couple of young pitchers to the Yankees for Gamble. From Neptune Beach, Florida. 2-1. See the runners: Cruz, Lind, Sucre. So 3 walks, 2 singles, and a double so far in this inning. And Graveman a little frustrated now, and well, you do everything you can to kind of hold it together. There's no action in the A's bullpen, but the phone call may be close.
Yeah, just get a ground ball and see if you can do it. There it is.
Nice play. Simeon on the backhand, out at second, on to first. Not in time. Run comes in to score. Gamble runs well, but a heck of a play by Marcus Simeon.
Well, Bob Melvin said, let's take a look at it and see. You know, sadly called safe. It's got to be a fielder's choice unless it's overturned. Window with Sucre getting on him. Low throw. Bang, bang play, and they're not going to take a look at it because the ball, when it hit the ground, is, I mean, they're running in the middle of the bag. Gamble hit the middle of the bag, but it was a bang, bang called safe, and that's one of those definitive or not definitive to overturn it. Chris Smith gets loose quickly in the A's bullpen.
So give Gamble his first RBI, and it's a 4-run third inning for the Mariners. So now 6-0. Here's Ketel Marte with 2 outs. So 2 of the walks in this inning have scored. And that one just found. Remember, the inning started with a walk. Marte grounded out to first in the second inning. Rays and the Yankees are underway. No score in the second inning. The raging Yankees. Archer and Tanaka. Pretty good matchup. Looking at the box score from last night, the attendance in New York, 30,000. Strike on the inside corner, 2-2.
You know, the Yankee fans to believe that young players can have success. Also, in addition, but Mark Teixeira hit a grand slam last night, so you have one veteran who's announced his retirement following the season. And Alex Rodriguez no longer with the ball club. Yeah. Sanchez, a young catcher.
He hit another home run last night. 12th in 31 games for Gary Sanchez. He's a great story. Of course, we did not see him this year.
A lot of people will in the future.
Yonder Alonso, nice backhanded play. Side retired, but major damage done by the Mariners. They score 4 times, 6-0 Seattle. 3 career home runs off Felix Hernandez, 2 last year on Mother's Day in Seattle. And then this year, on May 4th, he hit one here at the Coliseum. So Marcus Semien, one of the few guys who has really good success against Felix Hernandez, as Semien steps up to lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Well, the May 3rd was the wild one that he's had an 8-4 lead, only to see Dae-Oh Lee stay in the game and actually hit 2 home runs in the game. One against a righty. They did not go to the platoon with Lynn coming in. Felix got off the hook. 4 innings Felix pitched in the game. That was amazing. Good.
Yeah, he only had 1 strikeout that day. Gave up 9 hits. Seemed like a long time ago. A hanger that's ripped toward left field. Aoki makes the play. So a line drive out by Marcus Semien, 1 away. Felix Hernandez walks per 9 innings. So it's been a little bit of an issue this year, which is a surprise. I don't know if there's a specific reason for that, but he's never been a guy who has had trouble throwing strikes. This year, a little bit.
I think a lot of times my thinking on it is, and just watching today, trying to get hitters to chase pitches 3-2. Try to get Valencia, walked him when he threw him a changeup, 3-2 in the dirt, then got a double play. But I think hitters try to be a little bit patient, and maybe because the fastball is such.
Lynn throws to Hernandez, and a nice play by Adam Lynn to get both, as you were saying, right?
But if the fastball normally is in the mid-90s, and guys would get for the fastball, and then he'd throw a change-up or curveball and then swing at it looking fastball. But now, because the velocity has dropped a little bit, maybe they're a little bit more patient and expecting to get off-speed pitches 3-2. And if they don't swing, then there's your walk.
Plenty of Felix Hernandez fans out there, but looking at Hernandez starts this year, his first 3 starts of the season, Texas, Oakland, the Yankees, he walked a total of 13 in his first 3 starts. So it was an issue early on. Today, just one walk, 1 strikeout. Chris Davis swings right out of his helmet.
Pitch was up. Chris Davis liked it, but no contact.
Sharp breaking ball by Hernandez. He'll mix that in occasionally. Pretty good pitch for him. Right on the outside corner, 91 miles an hour. Chris Davis struck out in the first. He's 0 for his last 13. Bit of the strikeout bug lately. He's got 21 strikeouts in his last 14 games. Full count.
There's the key. What is he going to throw? Something off speed?
Off the end of the bat. Smith slipped. Now he gets up, comes in, and he makes the catch. So 3 up, 3 down inning for Felix Hernandez. 6-0 Mariners after 3. A's Baseball on CSN California is brought to you by the GoPro Grand Prix of Sonoma, Sunday, September 18th at Sonoma Raceway. Get your tickets to the Verizon IndyCar Series season finale at sonomaraceway.com. Mariners 6, A's nothing, top of the 4th inning, game 2 of the series. Nori Aoki leading it off. Swings at the first pitch, shoots one towards Malinsky, who is there. So Aoki, after doubling and scoring in the first, walking and scoring in the third, is retired for the first time. Graveman, this is his 4th start against the Mariners, so the ERA includes what has happened today.
And winless against the Mariners this year, only 1 win against them total. It was last year's first year with the A's.
You're going to see him a lot. Notice that with Sonny Gray. I mean, you're going to face the teams in your division.
That's right.
Probably at least 3 times as a starting pitcher. A year, 3 times a year.
Well, you're going to face them 6 times. 3 in their home at Safeco Field and 3 here against the Mariners. And that's why Felix has started its 14. He started 6 times. So he started every time the A's saw the Mariners. And I think in case of Felix, if there is a time when, I know there was one just recently or last couple of years where he was scheduled to pitch in Texas, but coming to Oakland the following series the next day, they gave him an extra day and he started here because he's had great numbers against the A's. He loves pitching here, which a lot to do because of the foul territory.
1-2 the count to Seth Smith. He has 2 singles today with a run scored. First 4 hitters have been on base 7 times in this game.
Well, Seth Smith was a pretty good run producer for the A's when he was here in 13 and traded to the Padres, then to Seattle. But now really hitting in the part of the lineup which is more set the table for the middle part of the order. Aoki at the top and Smith hitting second. Good on base percentage. He finds a way to get on base.
It's 2 years with the A's, 2012 and 2013. He played on some good A's teams.
Had a big hit in 2012 against the Tigers when they came back and won game 4. Just a good hitter. He's always been there, whether it's with the Rockies, the A's, Padres, now with the Mariners.
And he rips that one toward right center field. Danny Valencia tracks it down. So another hard hit ball by Seth Smith. He's retired for the first time. 2 away for Robinson Cano.
Now batting, number 22, Robinson Cano.
Robinson Cano has hit into a double play and he has walked and scored. Takes a rip at the first pitch, foul ball alley.
Cano is very good at that, as we showed with the home run he hit back against Kendall Graveman. And he will kind of lull you to sleep, and all of a sudden you throw him a first pitch and he'll jump on it, as he tried to do with Graveman. Pretty good movement on his 2-seamer.
Robinson Cano always seems very relaxed.
Yeah.
Seems like he just lets the game come to him. Of course, it helps when you have Hall of Fame talent. It certainly makes a difference. Alonso will take care of this one. Graveman has his first 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the fourth coming up. 6-0 Seattle.
Teaming up to get first through 8th grade students the chance to earn 2 free tickets to a game with the A's Mathletics Workbook program, which engages students to solve baseball-related equations. For more information, visit athletics.com/mathletics. Our partner's favorite. We've done science, we've done mathletics, so Kip is going to be at the top of the list when it comes to instructing the kids.
Sounds like a sick day for me.
You're allowed so many of those, aren't you? Right?
Alonso, Valencia, and Healy against Felix Hernandez. First pitch in for a strike to Yonder Alonso, who hit a ball hard to center field to end the first inning. Moves off the plate. 55 pitches for Felix Hernandez. After struggling in his last 2 starts, Hernandez really sharp early in this one. The A's had some opportunities early on. Little flip job, shallow center. Then Gamble comes in to make the catch. So 1 out, 5 in a row retired by Hernandez.
26, Danny Valencia.
The youngster's got the King Felix cape on. See a lot of those towels when you head up to Safeco Field.
In a 4-game series, unless the Mariners are out of it, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to see Felix or the A's will in that final 4 games of the season. Felix from Valencia, Venezuela.
You've been there.
I played there 3 winters. Long before Felix was even thought about. Yeah, Henderson Alvarez with the A's, also from Valencia. 2 of them were talking the last time the Mariners were in town. He's still hopeful that, I don't know if they're going to see Henderson Alvarez this year. Too many setbacks. And if he did pitch in the bullpen.
And he is under team control for next year. Talking about Henderson Alvarez.
Another off-speed pitch, breaking ball, the curveball thrown by Felix.
Valencia popped it up. Adam Lynn hustling over, looking up into the bright sunshine, and he makes the catch. So Valencia is retired, and here's Ryan Healy.
Well, it is a tough sun, and it's only Lynn that has a chance as he moves around and plenty of foul territory. Wasn't even near the warning track. Between Deo Lee and Lind first, and get some big boppers.
Here's Healy. 5-4-3 double play in the second inning. That came after Valencia and a leadoff walk.
I think the biggest thing about Felix Hernandez, you talked about when he signed with the Mariners, but his last contract, where many thought that when his previous contract had expired, he'd be a Yankee because they were going to bring in the Brinks truck, but he wanted to stay in Seattle, sign a long-term deal, and it's a pretty good chance at 34 would go in the Hall of Fame. The number would be retired, and he will spend his own career there. And it's nice to hear players say they want to stay and try to see a club win. I mean, he's making good money and deserves it because perfect game, top of the line pitcher for the Mariners. But he wants to stay with the Mariners and wants to be there if and when they do win.
Well, he's got everything you would need on a resume. And a long-term contract, got a Cy Young, as you said, got a perfect game. He's been an all-star 6 times. So everything's there, except he has never pitched in the postseason. 14 straight seasons without postseason play for the Seattle Mariners. Go back to that magical season of 2001. But everything's there, except some postseason action.
Ken Griffey Jr. threw out the ceremony of first pitch opening night when we were there.
One's hit softly into center field for a base hit. So 14 years without a trip to the postseason. That is the longest drought. Marlins, Padres, White Sox. It really, you know, if you think about that, Ray. I mean, listen, 14 years, I know it feels like a long time, but if you look back at baseball history and go back the last 50, 60, 70 years, there's a lot more parity. That gentleman knows all about it. There's a lot more parity now where you're just seeing a lot more teams go to the postseason. If you look at the last 6, 7, 8 years, almost every team has gone to the postseason.
Absolutely.
Except the teams on that list that we just showed you.
Well, even in the 2002 season, when the Mariners won 116 games and the A's won over 100, the wild card, and of course that's when they had the 20 consecutive wins. But I agree with you, the parity in baseball, and that was what former Commissioner Bud Selig wanted, was parity throughout the 30 teams. And you take 10 each season that start October baseball, then down quickly to 2 or to 8 after 2 are eliminated.
Maxwell is retired, and so are the A's. They get a hit by Healy, nothing else. 5th inning coming up, 6-0 Mariners. In-depth sports news for the Bay Area fan. It's Sportsnet Central, brought to you by Hyundai. You'll see it tonight at 10:30 on CSN Bay Area. Have all the baseball highlights, Cal and other college football highlights, and the Raiders report from New Orleans. Fallon Smith, Henry Wolford will host. Nelson Cruz to lead it off here in the 5th inning against Kendall Graveman. Cruz, Seager, and Lind. Graveman got his first 3 up, 3 down inning last inning. He's looking to build off that. There's a shot towards center, and that's a hit. Nelson Cruz is 3 for 3, 2 doubles, and now a single.
Probably one of the easiest swings that generates such massive bat speed and really contact. I mean, it's just all swing and quick, aggressive swing. A former athletic farmhand.
Yes, he was. That's right. It's kind of a really doesn't take any stride at all.
No. Well, and he has that exaggerated open, and then it closes up just as the ball is coming, and it's all upper body. That's why he had the 13th pitch at bat last night before he hit a ball off the right center field wall.
So you're saying, wait a minute, well, Nelson Cruz, what are you talking about? All right, well, here it is. Nelson Cruz, originally signed by the Mets. That was in 2008. He was just a youngster back then. He was acquired by the Oakland A's in 2000 for Jorge Volandia.
Yeah.
Infielder. Wendell has it, and Wendell will throw to first to get Seager. And at 1998 is when he signed with the Mets. And then the A's traded him to the Milwaukee Brewers for Keith Ginter.
Now batting.
And then the
26,
Brewers traded him
Adam Lind
to the Texas Rangers, and that's when things started to kick in. He obviously, I mean, with the A's, he played in the Arizona League, which is for very young players, so he was never close to the big leagues at all. I take that back. He did get to Sacramento in 2004. Another nice play by Yonder Alonso. He's been busy. Yonder Alonso really goes to his right as well as any first baseman.
Watch the feed, the lead for Kendall Graveman. He's throwing really to the bag, and Kendall Graveman has to get there. Great play diving to catch the ball, but then to get up and not throw to Kendall Graveman. He threw it in front of him. Yeah, so that's why you make a great quarterback, right? He's leading Kendall Graveman to the bag, and Kendall gets there, catches it, gets out of the way, turns around quickly. As Graveman gets to the bag, but you always have to be concerned about the runner going to third, so he doesn't turn around and head to the plate. And that was Cruz. Fortunately, not a lot of speed. Somebody a little bit faster might have attempted it. I was trying to think who could complement Carlos Gonzalez and Nelson Cruz in the outfield that formerly with the A's, because Gonzalez played. I mean, I'm talking about guys, I guess, now currently playing.
Yeah.
Because Cruz could be in right field. Carlos Gonzalez.
Yeah. Andre Ethier was an A's minor league farmhand. Simeon across the diamond. So leadoff single, but no damage done. So we're on to the bottom of the 5th. 6-0 Seattle.
Season ticket memberships are on sale right now. Whether you want to renew your membership or you join the party, visit athletics.com/2017. You'll find all the benefits that A's membership has to offer, including early bird incentives, exclusive experiences, half-price parking, flexible ticket exchange program, and more. Get even lock in your 2017 seating location. Visit athletics.com/2017. Join the party today. I saw a Join the Party t-shirt today. Looked pretty good. I mean, you could outfit your entire wardrobe, I guess, with all the giveaways.
Oh, no question.
With the socks on, the Stomper socks. Get a Vote jersey. Get a cap. Wrap a blanket around you from Sonny Gray. If it gets too bright in your car, you can put the sunshade on.
That's true. I never thought about that.
You're trying to think of the lineup of former A's that.
No. I've shifted now to dressing myself in all A's gear. That was
well. Jack comes out here usually decked out.
Does a pretty good job. Yeah. Smolinski pops it up. Cano backpedaling. Robinson Cano grabs it. So Smolinski is retired after singling in the second. One away here in the bottom of the fifth.
I think with Jake Smolinski, we were talking earlier about him getting a chance to play, and it's also a matter of Bob Melvin utilizing the lineup, moving guys around. Joey Wendell leading off back-to-back games. But I think maybe just seeing where guys position themselves or can position themselves. Smolinski actually good speed, so hitting ninth could be an extra leadoff hitter. This time did not get on base, but it's a situation where you could turn it over to the top of the order with Smolinski hitting ninth. So I think that's something that Bob Melvin is trying this last month of September.
Joey Wendell, a base hit in the first, a ground out in the second. Hits that one hard right to first. Lynn knocks it down, picks it up, and then flips to Felix Hernandez, and that's the second out. 9 out of the last 10 retired by Hernandez.
Talked about Joey Wendell hitting the changeup from Mike Moore in the win a ball game. 2-run single to changeup. Joey said he's going to play in the Mexican League this winter. Going to play for about 6 weeks, and said, "How much do you know about it?" He said, "Well, I heard it's an off-speed pitching league," and I said, "Get used to it." Right. You'll learn how to hit the off-speed pitches, but he's going to play winter ball in Mexico, and said he'd be finished for Thanksgiving. Come back and enjoy Thanksgiving here in the holidays, but get some playing time early October. If you want to learn to hit off-speed pitches, that's the place to play winter baseball.
Winter baseball, something. I know my brother played in Venezuela for a couple years, and you said you did. It's got to be quite an experience.
It is. It's a great. I mean, you play 60 games. I mean, that's the schedule, and you're down there a good 3 to 4 months. So off days, plenty of off days actually. And I mean, no better to spend Christmas. Carol and I did at Tamanaco Hotel in Caracas, Venezuela.
Probably beautiful.
Oh.
But I mean, it's
by the pool.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the intensity is pretty high.
They love their baseball. Yeah. No, they love it.
Probably changed quite a bit since the 70s, but they're still pretty popular.
No, it's great if you, for some reason, injuries or haven't played a lot, get a chance to. You can go to Puerto Rico. They even have in Australia now winter baseball, and Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Mexico, and then they have the Caribbean Series, which at the time it was Mexico, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico.
Ben Gamble, he has it. 8-pitch inning for Felix Hernandez, and we are through 5, 6-0 Seattle.
CSNCalifornia.com. You can log on each week as A's insider Joe Stiglitz talks baseball with players, coaches, special guests, and more. This week, Joe's guest is Chris Davis. Talk about all his home runs, the A's Insider Podcast with Joe Stiglitz. CSNCalifornia.com, sponsored by Max Muscle and Sports Nutrition. Also available on iTunes. Should be an interesting chat with Chris Davis. Big season for the A's outfielder. Talk about a good trade. Chris from the Milwaukee Brewers. Got him late, so late he's not even the media guy.
That's right.
But he's good. And he's going to get better and better. So a power hitting right-handed hitter. I mean, that's always something special to have. You think about great left-handed hitters that are power hitters.
Gamble with a line drive, and that's a base hit. So Ben Gamble, it's our first time seeing him, and he's hit the ball well today. A couple of hits and an RBI.
Hey, about a left-handed hitter, good low ball hitter, and there it is.
Number 4.
Good sinker down, got it before he really started to sink a little bit too much. He got under the ball.
Gamble was the International League most valuable player this year. AAA level. Here's Ketel Marte, who's 0 for 2. The crowd today, 18,438. Lots of sunshine and very breezy at the ballpark today. Feeling a little bit more like fall every day. Just a touch low.
You know, one guy who feels like it's fall is Clay Wood. Yes.
Yeah, Clay's a little grumpy this time of year.
Yeah, a week from tomorrow, and then a week from Monday night. A week from tomorrow, it's football right here, a home opener for the Raiders, and he's back on the Monday night playing here against the Astros.
Chopped into right field. Gamble's going to go to third. So first and third, Marte really just hit about a 5 hopper that got through the infield.
A lot of ground ball. Hit it at somebody. It's a double play. Hits between somebody. It's a base hit. And a first to third base hit.
Nori
Joey Wendell closer to second base for a possible double play. Maybe Wendelken starts to heat up quickly. Chris Smith earlier, the long guy. Now Wendelken, middle part of the game.
Aoki takes up and away. Double walk lineout for Nori Aoki, and he has scored 2 runs. And he drives this one toward left field. Davis hustling over. Davis dives, can't get it. It's to the wall. So Gamble will score. Marte is being waved around. He's going to come in and try to score, and he will be safe. The throw to third is, well, it's cut off, and Alonso may have had a shot at Aoki at third, but he dropped it.
Yes, he would have. He would have had him because Aoki was probably 10-15 feet from the bag. And Chris Davis diving for the ball and looked like he had a chance, and all of a sudden, no chance.
Now batting.
And it's going to be a double for Aoki, but to your point, as Bob Melvin's going to the mound, and maybe that's going to be it for Kendall Graveman. But throw came in. 2 were going to score once he got past the diving Davis.
Yeah, so it's a double ball, and he went to third on the throw. So 8-0 Mariners. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. coverage every single night and the home of the official postgame show of the team. Sunday to Sunday, the home of the authentic Raiders fan is CSN. Raiders in New Orleans tomorrow for their first game. They'll be here at the Coliseum next Sunday, week 2. Tough afternoon for Kendall Graveman. 8 earned runs in 5+ innings. Gave up 2 in the first, 4 in the third, 2 here in the 6th. He is out. Wendelken is in, facing Seth Smith. Infield in. Stephen Vogt will come back, but it'll be into the seats. For J.B. Wendelken, his 8th appearance. And a couple of outings where Bob Melvin unfortunately didn't want to do it, kind of had to leave him out there.
Yeah.
Seth Smith is 2 for 3. 2 singles, a line out, and a run scored. Robinson Cano to follow. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. Good swing there. Smith on an 0-2 pitch. Saw one up and out over the plate.
Could never assume a pitcher's going to waste a pitch 0-2. A lot of times that will happen. Try to get a hitter to chase a pitch out of the strike zone. But that was right down the middle.
Aoki walks his way off third, and that pitch just missed. Rays and the Yankees still scoreless in the 4th inning. That is the only other game going on right now. So lots of night games, games that are on the East Coast. Get started in about an hour. And a changeup at 82 miles an hour, and Seth Smith strikes out.
Swung at the motion, and good job Wendelken pulling the string on a high changeup, and that is simply a good delivery by a pitcher, and especially really a pitch that normally you'd see a hitter hit someplace, but because it's a high pitch, but the changeup, the change of velocity, and a good one by Wendelken. It's a big run for Kendall Graveman. His ERA jumped to over 4 thanks to BI in his calculator. Kendall worked so hard to get it below the 4 mark, and
just like that, it's gone.
Just one start, and
it just looks better.
It does.
3.99 looks better than 4.01 or whatever it may be. It's like hitting 249 or 251. It's probably the difference of 1 hit, but 249 it looks below average.
Hey, I knew a player who said, if I hit 299, I'm happy, because I hit 300. They'll expect it every year.
That's
like a 10th of a percentage point from 299 to 300. Said, expectations, man. So if you say 299, it's like that's something you're buying. Just that 299. Well, what about 301?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
299 sounds great. It was a lot of pressure to hit 300.
Yeah, but then you can't say you're a 300 hitter.
That's right. But I like your thing. 249, 250. Yeah.
Oh, it's a huge difference. It might as well be 100 points.
Yeah. But if you have 3 years in or 6 years in, it really doesn't matter, because whether arbitration eligible or free agency.
There's a strike. 2-2 the count to Robinson Cano. 0 for 2 with a walk.
I think to your point when you read the stats for Felix Hernandez, 13-game winner, yet won the Cy Young Award because his ERA was down.
Yep.
You know, so there it is. It was under 3, which really sounded great. Up in the 2s.
What a play by Alonso again. To his right. Reach over his body with the backhand.
Boy, you're 90 feet away. He was playing in even with a bag, the rest of the infielders, and all of a sudden, bam, and just the reflexes have to be so good. And just a kind of a step to the right.
Number 23.
And
Nelson
that is a great play.
Cruz.
You don't have any time to do anything except hopefully make the play and make the catch.
So 2 away, and Aoki still at third. Here's Nelson Cruz. Big day for Cruz. He doubled and scored in the first. He doubled in 2 runs and scored in the third, and then singled in the 5th. So 3 for 3 today, 1 for 4 last night. Cruz overall now 88 RBIs, trying to get to 100. That's another number.
Yep.
99 RBIs. You might as well have 89. You got to get to 100 if you're close.
Unless you're signed long-term contract.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
See the stance by Nelson Cruz similar to that of Evan Longoria. Longoria changed his stance, and what a season he is having. But take the left foot that's open by Cruz. Basically what Longoria did is move it closer to the plate. But like Cruz, Longoria would close up and then create an attack and good breaking ball. And that's a great inning. 3 outs by Wendelka. There's that run saved right there, man.
So a couple of runs for the Mariners, 8-0. In 2007, Kurt Suzuki and Dan Johnson both hit grand slams in a 9-3 A's victory in Seattle. Suzuki's was in the 2nd inning, and then here's Johnson in a 2-out in the 9th off Ryan Roland Smith.
Awesome.
So 2 grand slams in 1 game. Kurt Suzuki and Dan Johnson. Dan Johnson, am I correct, is now a knuckleball pitcher?
Oh, he can do anything he wants to do.
If I remember correctly reading that somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's with Dodgers maybe?
Well, I do know this. We were in Seattle. Was it 2011? Hit the big home run down at St. Pete to tie the game for the Tampa Bay Rays against the Yankees. And that was the demise of the Red Sox.
That's
in
right.
2011, and hit the big home run for the Rays. And then Longoria won it. But I think the A's could use 2 grand slams today and then get them back in the game.
That's right, 2 grand slams. We got a tie game. Guillermo Heredia takes over for Seth Smith in right field. Shift is on for Stephen Vogt. Stephen Vogt singled in the first, grounded out in the third. He's had 2 on and 1 out in the first, could not score. They had 2 on and 2 out in the second, could not score.
Stephen Vogt was just on the big video board between innings. He and Kendall Graveman promoting the Faith and Family Day following today's game. And Donnie Moorhead said that the entire umpiring crew, a lot of the A's players, as well as Nelson Cruz, Robbie Cano, Seth Smith, have said they will be on hand following today's game over the A's third base dugout.
Vogt is retired by Ben Gamble.
Change for Seattle.
So one away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chris Davis steps up.
Okay, to your point early, Stephen Vogt or Felix Hernandez had a chance to give up some runs, but he did not. And lo and behold, the last 3 innings, down in the 4th inning, only 1 hit, and that was a 2-out hit by Healy. That was in the 4th inning, a ball off the end of the bat.
He's retired 11 out of the last 12. Looking for his 11th win of the year. Making his 21st start. Disableist got him for a while. First pitch curveball, and Davis fouls it back. Chris Davis has struck out and hit a fly ball to right field.
Don't you think that every team that has a chance, and the Lair and the crew showing the list of teams and how close they were to being a wild card team, just figure that if you can get to October, you can be one of those 10, anything can happen. And if you're a wild card team, might be the best motivation. You don't get home field advantage, but you play.
Yep.
And you play continuously versus teams that win the division as many as 4 or 5 days off. So just getting to the dance, as they say, the second season in October, and you get there, you never know what can happen.
Plus, I think too, you get there. I mean, it's a 162 game grind. You get there, you take a deep breath, and you're like, you know what? Let's just play for a couple weeks here and see what happens. I mean, 6 months compared to what would be a month if you were to go all the way through. But I mean, the season is such a grind. That one is belted to center. I mean, did you feel like when the regular season was over with the A's and you were going to the postseason where you just could stop and go, we accomplished goal number 1. It takes a long time to accomplish.
You know, I'm thinking that's why I think of Tony La Russa and, of course, Dick Williams and Alvin Dark back in those years. But when Tony won in '89, he would say, let's get to 90 wins as quickly as possible. And I think, you know, the teams in '73 and '74 that I was fortunate to play on, you get ahead to where you point, you know you're going to postseason. But see, at that time, it was a 5-game league championship versus now the wild card game, the division series, then the league championship. There's a lot of games to win to get to the World Series.
Alonso finds the gap, and he's going to have a 2-out double. Nice hitting by Yonder Alonso.
But I think to your point, if you can clinch early and you know you're going to be there, then you can take the deep breath. If you fight to get there all the way down to the end of the season, you have to regroup and say, okay, here it is again, and you got to keep it going. Probably harder that way just because you had to fight so hard to get there. And that's what the Mariners really are looking at right now, considering where they are. While the numbers look good, it's just the teams that they're trying to take over and jump over to get to the wild card dance.
Well, it's a great baseball argument. If you clinch early, what's too early?
Yep.
Is there such thing as too early? Does it hurt you if you're playing meaningless games for the final 10 days of the season? Who knows? Some people think it does. Other people will say it doesn't make any difference.
Let's go back to was it 2007 when the Rockies went on that tremendous run where they were sweeping everybody. I think it can hurt more if you're just playing games in the regular season, meaningful or not, versus getting a postseason and sweeping the way the Rockies did, to where they had so much time off.
You're talking about not playing at all.
At all. You're playing inter squad games. It's just not the same. But at least if you're playing competitive games, you know, at least you're out competing against another team, and you know, well, it's going to be different because you know you've already clinched, but at least you play. But man, Rockies just, you know, they won. They had nobody to play. Yeah. Plus it snowed in Colorado, in Denver, and then they tried to play, and the Red Sox beat them easily. But I agree with you, because the Cubs right now are looking at something they've never experienced, and it's been so long since they've won. But as some people have said, that Cubs are now looking at almost a have-to win, considering the success they've had in the regular season. But Joe Madden knows as well as anybody, and that team that you get in October, it is a different season.
Saw a great note today. And it has to do with Joe Madden teams. This year, the team that has shifted the most is the Rays, over 1,500 times. The team that has shifted the least, the Cubs.
Wow, that's hard to believe.
Both Joe Madden teams.
Yeah, exactly.
The Cubs have only shifted 345 times, compared to nearly 1,600 by the Rays. Now remember, Joe Madden managed both those teams.
Yeah.
So it really makes you stop and go, man, the shift thing, it's just another.
Yeah.
How can two teams look at the shift so differently?
That's a great point.
Even with the same manager.
Right.
You know, Madden was there for a long time, and it kind of started with him a little bit. Maybe not him personally, maybe the people he was answering to.
You just wonder if how much the National League with the pitcher hitting versus American League not.
A little bit, yeah.
If that has some effect.
You're right. I think that will certainly sway the numbers a little bit one way. But so Valencia strikes out, and the A's do not score. 8-0.
A's Baseball on CSN California is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
So 8-0 Mariners lead. It is the top of the 7th inning. All 8 runs today charged to Kendall Graveman. So Wendelken, who came in and did a nice job, he had Aoki at third and nobody out. And Mariners could not get Aoki home. A couple of strikeouts for Wendelken, so he'll get another inning of work, maybe more.
Hey, Kite, there's a perfect example. And, you know, we talk about September. Wendelken showing that, hey, you got the infield playing in. You get 3 big outs. Leave the runner at third base. That's something that could enter into this whole equation. It's the shift in the outfield with Smolinski going to left, Eibner to center, and Matt McBride is the catcher.
Seager spoils a pretty good pitch.
The batter is Kyle Seager.
Seager family's got to have some bragging rights, don't they?
Boy, they sure do.
Young man in Los Angeles. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one's having a better year. But either way, both left-handed hitters.
Kyle's brother, the shortstop. Is he the shortstop for the Dodgers?
Tall, rangy. Corey Seager.
Corey, yeah.
Oh, 2 pitches blocked by McBride. 1-2 to Seager. RBI single for Seager back in the first inning, knocking in his 91st run. He's trying to get to 100 RBIs for the first time in his career. He's had as many as 96.
Well, as we have always discussed about the Mariners, they have some key players locked up long term, and this is one of them. And of course, the 10-year deal, a huge contract to Kyle Seager. Felix Hernandez is there, and they've got 4 guys to build around.
Yeah, Seager's deal 7 years, $100 million. It's the second year. He's in the second year of that 7-year deal. And he rips this one to right field and deep. And that is a home run. Heads up, Eck. So 9-0 as Eck almost got hit. So number 28 for Seager.
Corey down in Miami probably watching this and text messaging him immediately saying, "Nice going, brother." But that's a 2-strike pitch. He just reacted. 6th pitch. Did Eck react though?
Now batting number 26 out of
Now we hope Ricky's okay. He didn't run in the race.
No.
It was just the big head Eck and Raleigh, the closers, Hall of Fame closers. There was a while there that Ricky's head, something happened to it.
Something was wrong with Ricky's head. Keeps getting better.
I think that's a great example of a guy who said, "We're going to give you a 7-year contract with an enormous amount of money.
Go play.
Just go play and have fun." And he's doing the exact. Why wouldn't you? I mean, what do you have to prove? You've proven that you deserve the contract. You got it. Then play. And I think it's great for a player like Kyle Seager to have the security and just play a game that you love.
Yeah, I mean, he got the contract 3 years into his career. This is his 5th year. And listen, players will not admit it, but when they get to arbitration, they start thinking about their numbers.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's almost human nature. Better numbers, more money. I don't blame them for that. But sometimes it can affect a player's performance. They start thinking about, I'm losing money because I'm having a bad year. Arbitration, although once you get to arbitration, you're going to get a raise, but it's just a matter of how much.
I always think of the great Mike Norris. You either come out rich or richer in arbitration, because in the first 3 years you are held down. And I mean, Chris Davis, 35 home runs. You take that in the 6th year, become a free agent or an arbitration eligible year.
I think Chris Davis is arbitration eligible for the first time this year. So I think arbitration has as much to do with escalating salaries as free agency.
In some place, the late Charlie Finley is saying you're exactly right, because he just thought it's going to be really, he called it the death of baseball. Well, I mean, you think about it, arbitration, you know, the salaries can escalate. And one time it was doubling your salary from, you know, the 3rd year, 1st year of eligibility. But
now, forget doubling. It's,
well, I think Charles Johnson, when he's with the Marlins, went from minimum to 3.2 million. Jeter went to $7.5 million. So I mean, it's changed dramatically.
It's a wonderful thing for the players.
It's a no lose, and that's why when you here. Well, the owners won this one. I mean, really, you never win because the player is either going to get, as Mike said, richer because the two numbers that are going to be submitted, you know, they're going to be higher than what you're making the minimum.
Higher, yeah. Nobody's taking a pay cut.
No.
Lind with a long at bat. He ends up walking. So a home run and a walk here in the top of the 7th inning, and that'll bring up Jesus Sucre.
Number 2.
That's Drew Storen starting to throw.
He's taken out a couple of players, and Scott Service might be thinking the same thing about his pitcher. Get this, and really what Felix Hernandez did last inning when Alonso had the 2-out double. Felix, instead of saying 8-run lead, he said, I got a shutout going. And he pitched Valencia to the point that he struck him out, throwing breaking pitches all the time in the at bat to prevent the run from scoring.
He may be done.
I think he is. I think the run. Stoudemire Jr. telling him 6 is enough. Got 9 runs. If the bullpen can't hold it, we're in trouble anyway.
So 6 shutout innings for Felix Hernandez. Two 2-0 the count to Jesus Sucre. Swings and misses at that one. 2-1. Sucre has grounded out, had an RBI single and grounded out again. 91 pitches for Felix Hernandez. Generally, when the shirt becomes untucked, that's a sign that you're done for the afternoon. This one looped down the right field line. Going to be trouble, and it'll fall for a hit. Picked up by Valencia, but not before Lind goes all the way around to third. So just a little flare down the right field line. So Sucre is 2 for 4, and that is 14 hits now for the Mariners.
Look at the 2 hits by Sucre. One chopped down the third base line, and this softly hit ball to right field, but 2 line drives tomorrow.
So the Mariners in business again. Here's Ben Gamel. Gamel's 2 for 3, 2 singles, RBI, run scored. First pitch runs off the plate. His bullpen is quiet. Good changeup that time. Gamble chased it. Fastball first strike. Maybe not a fastball. Maybe another changeup. 83 miles an hour.
Well, that's a good guy. If Wendelken could get to strike out, that would be very big because he's a tough guy to double up. The A's are playing for 2, but with Lind at third, got to get the strikeout and maybe a couple of strikeouts. He's been in danger already in this game.
So pitch number 40 coming up from Wendelken. And there's the changeup again, and Gamble chased it. So Wendelken gets the strikeout, his 3rd in the game.
What a great changeup and great delivery, and he throws everything and then pulls the string. He's a big burly guy. And he
number 4.
Throw that softly with the delivery. That's impressive.
Smith gets up. Marte lays off that pitch. First and third, one out. Marte is 1 for 3. Bounced a base hit into right field in the 6th inning and then scored. The Mariners, after winning a tight ball game last night 3-2, dominated this game today, leading 9-0. Fastball right on the outside corner. Graveman went 5+ innings. Inning and a third so far from Wendelken. A little flare. Could be trouble, and it will be trouble as it drops in for a hit. Wendelken's probably thinking, seriously? Chalk liner to right field, chalk liner to left field, and it's another run for the Mariners. 10-0 as Lynn comes in to score. Marte just kind of flicked it.
Well, after a big strikeout, and it seemed like when Marte took the first pitch, which was a changeup, he was going to stay back, and the result is that Smolinski just could not get to it.
So now it'll be back to the top of the order. Nori Aoki. Couple of runs in here in the 7th inning.
Now batting, number 8,
Aoki.
Nori.
He's had a big day. 2 for 3. 2 doubles, a walk, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. So lots of offense today by the Mariners. 10 runs and 15 hits, and we're only in the 7th inning. Pitch to Aoki is inside. Aoki was struggling so much this year, he actually went down to the minor leagues, which is a bit of a surprise. Straightened himself out a little bit. Now he's back.
Seems like his stance opens up even more, but really close it up as he lifts the leg.
That pitch running way in on the hands, and he was able to foul it down the right field line. Nori Aoki.
Stone's got to feel pretty comfortable to have a young man, the ball boy down there protecting him, and made the nice catch. And I'm thinking Drew Storm's probably making a little bit more than that ball boy down the right field line, but
he's paying attention too.
Yeah, Scotty probably got jealous. Nice play, lefty. How about that? He got all the protection down there. Young man is taking it seriously.
Base hit right field. Sucre will stop at third, and that's 3 hits for Aoki, and the bases are loaded.
And it's got to be Chris Smith. Yeah.
Wendelken had a good 6th inning, but getting knocked around here in the 7th. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
A's 2016 season with your own Oakland Athletics team photo. It's presented by Zevia, the zero-calorie soda. Sunday, September the 25th at the A's versus the Rangers game. 2,000 fans will go home with a 2016 team photo, a perfect souvenir for your home or office. For information and tickets, head to athletics.com/tickets. Staff all in the white jerseys, everybody else in the goat jerseys. Team photo. It's always a good one. I always used to get the St. Louis Cardinals banners.
Did you?
Yeah.
Stare at Stan Musial?
Never got them autographed. They were just the red bird, the Cardinals, you know, seeing the red bird on the bat.
Base is loaded, and here's Heredia facing Chris Smith. So Smith comes in for his 9th appearance. 20 strikeouts in 15 innings for Smith. He needs one here with Guillermo Heredia hitting. Heredia hitting .227 with a home run and 9 RBIs. Sucre at third. Marte at second. Aoki at first. 4 hits in the inning and a couple of runs in. Fastball to hit there, and Heredia fouled it back. 2-1 the count.
Chris Smith usually has some pretty good movement on his pitches. Good palm ball for his changeup. Slider and fastball, really not overpowering, but the movement really helps.
Sean O'Malley comes out into the on-deck circle. That's Robinson Cano's spot. And now 3-1, no place to put him. Robinson Cano is going to get the rest of the day off. Fastball that Heredia won after, and he missed it. 3-2. Close pitch.
A high fastball registered at 86, and the movement going into the swing, and enough that Heredia could not make contact.
And that one runs inside, no swing, and it's going to walk in a run to make it 11-0 as Sucre trots home. That run will be charged to Wendelken.
A lot of body, but no bat. Not enough bat.
Your attention, please,
Heredia
ladies and gentlemen.
Picks up his 10th RBI.
For Robinson Cano, number 36, Sean O'Malley.
5 walks today by A's pitchers. 3 have scored, and 1 just knocked in a run. That's not good. Here's O'Malley. O'Malley is a switch hitter. We've seen him a little bit this year. Play different positions. Chance to pick up an RBI or 2. And a little cue shot, and it's going to drop into center field for a hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and Heredia goes to third, and it's 13-0. It wasn't a line drive, it wasn't a ground ball, it was just a little flare.
Palm ball off the end of the bat, and thought it would just flare just enough to Wendell to get to it, but hit hard enough. And
so Marte and Aoki both come in to score.
Number 23.
And the guys read it
Nelson
well.
Cruz.
They take off and they're able to score easily, as was the case with Aoki.
So here's Nelson Cruz, 9th man to bat in the inning.
There's a pinch hitter for him.
He's looking at those RBIs. 3 for 4 today for Cruz. Chases a first pitch breaking ball. 2 doubles, single, 2 runs scored, and the 2 RBIs for Cruz. A very, very long half inning here in the top of the 7th. And a 5-run inning so far for the Mariners.
It's long enough that the Mariners actually decided probably a little bit late to have Storen come in for Felix. Now he's down there waiting.
Well, he's been standing there for a long time. A 20-minute half inning so far. McBride with the block. Long inning for the defense standing around. Fastball just a little bit outside. Kyle Seager waits in the on-deck circle. These guys are, well, they see those RBIs out there. And Cruz drives one toward right center. On the move is Eibner, and Eibner tracks it down. And now the run comes in to score unless they get the out at first, and they do.
Yeah. Wow. What's O'Malley doing?
So O'Malley got to second base, and he had to hustle back. Now we're being told the run does count. The run came home in front of the out being made at first by O'Malley. So it goes as a sacrifice fly for Nelson Cruz, and the out recorded at first. 14-0 Mariners lead. We got our Bank of America alert. Pennant chase. Yankees leading the Rays 3-0. They just got back-to-back home runs. Ellsbury a 2-run shot, and then Gary Sanchez another home run. It's his 13th of the year. So the Yankees are rolling. They have won 6 in a row. They're knocking on the door of the wild card race, and they lead 3-0. Again, that game now bottom of the 7th inning. So all of a sudden, you got to keep an eye on the New York Yankees. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Here's Drew Storen. So Storen taking over for Felix Hernandez, who went 6 shutout innings. 14-0. The Mariners lead the A's. I was looking at the new second baseman. It's Sean O'Malley. So Cano is out. Ryan Healy has singled, hit into a double play. I was looking at the Yankees schedule just out of curiosity. they still have an 11-game road trip. Now, it's not a West Coast trip. They go Boston for 4, Tampa Bay for 3, Toronto for 4. So that's a big road trip. And they also have a series against the Dodgers in New York. So they're hot, but they're certainly still have their hands full. So you go Boston 4, Tampa Bay 3, Toronto 4 on a road trip. That's a tough trip.
And then the Brooklyn Dodgers come in.
That's right. So we'll see how the Yankees finish up, but they're hot right now. That one's going to drop into center field, and Healy has his second hit. 7 hits now for the A's. So Storen, first batter he faces, gives up a hit.
Ryan Healy continues to hit the long ball. Also gets his base hits with the 2 up the middle today. Over 280 batting average, 7 home runs, 20 runs driven in on this September the 10th.
So here is Maxwell, 1 for 2. Those home runs in that Yankees game came off Chris Archer. Pretty good pitcher, and he was pitching extremely well. But the Yankees, when a team is hot, it seems like it's just a matter of time before they do something good. There's 2 finals in the American League. Actually, one's an interleague game. The Astros beat the Cubs 2-1 in Houston. The Astros held the Cubs to just 2 hits. 1-2 now out of Maxwell. So McHugh beat Lackey in that game. Giles got a save. So the Astros get a big win, and they will wait out that Orioles-Tigers game. Those Tigers play tonight, and they are the 2 teams tied for the second wild card.
And the Astros having to play the play-in game, the wild card game against the Yankees last year. Then they lost to the Royals, but they know what it's like just to get to postseason. And Keuchel win the game for the first time in Yankee Stadium, which is a big deal.
Maxwell takes outside, and now it's a full count. Healy, the runner at first. The pitch to Maxwell. Base hit right field. And Healy's going to round second, and he'll make it to third easily. So the A's have first and third, nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Bruce Maxwell's a hot hitter right now. 3 hits last night, 2 hits today.
Well, they're very patient, very strong by patience waiting, and then with the strength unloading. And really, because the pitch was inside, he pulled it, but otherwise he has done a good job going center field, left field.
So here's Smolinski, who hits for the 3rd time. Smolinski a single and a pop out to second. Got an RBI opportunity. Blue Jays got a much needed win today. They beat the Red Sox 3-2 in Toronto. Happ over Rodriguez. So Jay Happ 18-4. So he's got a real good chance to join Porcello with 20 wins.
And Rodriguez, who had a near perfect game last Sunday. Marcus Semien with the ball off his foot, couldn't find it. And the A's won in walk-off.
Smolinski popped it up. Well, that's not going to get the run home. Marte shading his eyes, waiting, and he makes the play. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th, and now Joey Wendell will have a chance to knock in a run. The attendance today in Toronto, 47,820.
Joey Wendell.
Imagine that sellout.
Yes, they reduced the capacity. And now they probably would like to have the seats back.
And Toronto leading the American League in average attendance per game. They're averaging 41,410 per game. Seager has it scoot under his glove, and that's going to get a run home. So the A's are on the board. Oh, Seager picks it up. It may have been a double play. They certainly would have got one out, and he just missed it.
It looked like he was just trying to scoop and throw, but instead of getting the sure out, or at least making the catch first, he did not. Ball stayed down when he came up. Fielder's choice with an RBI. He cannot assume the double play, so take
your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, for the Athletics.
First error in the game for the Mariners.
Number 30, Arismendi Alcantara.
So this is Marcus Simeon's spot, but Arismendi Alcantara is going to hit. And Wendell at first, Maxwell at second. Alcantara swings and misses.
Talking about the Blue Jays in the early 90s, they were drawing over 50,000 a game. They drew 4 million a couple of years. And they were winning and won 94 after they won in 92 and 93, and then the unfortunate strike and cancellation World Series. And Canada just kind of said, Montreal for sure. They had a team that may have won the World Series. Still think about that team that they had. Yeah, the Montreal Expos.
Now the Blue Jays put together a terrific team, and the crowds are showing up.
Yeah.
Sky toward shallow left. Aoki hustles in. Aoki makes the catch. So that is out number 2.
Blue Jays are in a situation, Cap, and you probably, you've talked about the potential free agents and their season kind of with the potentially losing, I think, Bautista and Encarnacion, both free agents, Ari Dickey. So they're kind of
decision time, huh?
Yeah, and then trying to, who knows how far they go in the postseason. If they make it, might determine whether they try to reload or start over. Who knows?
You wonder. It'd be hard to imagine them signing both Encarnacion and Bautista. And really, Bautista now is not having a great year.
That's right.
Encarnacion is.
Amazing what injuries will do to a player in a free agent year. The walk year, then been on the DL. Bautista has, but the Blue Jays have continued to win.
This is Matt McBride hitting in Vogt's spot. McBride came in the game last inning.
There was some talk that Ari Dickey was going to call it quits, and he confirmed when they were here. He says, "No, I want to play as long as I can." Knuckleball, you can continue to play. It's not putting a lot of wear and tear on the arm.
McBride, broken bat ground ball. Seager has it. He'll go to second to get the out there side retired. A's get a run on a couple hits. There was an error by the Mariners. 7th inning stretch time coming up. 14-1 Seattle. we're going to have the game for you. Royal Alcantara against James Paxton, young left-hander for the Mariners. 12:30 is when our coverage starts with A's pregame live. And, of course, you get coverage every night on Sportsnet Central and CSNCalifornia.com. So Raul Alcantara will get his second start. And hopefully it'll be a little bit better than his first start. Seemed a little out of sorts in that first start. Not surprised. Top of the 8th inning, and it's the Mariners with a huge lead over the A's. Kyle Seager to lead it off. Seager, Lind, Sucre. Wilhelmsen is warming up. There's some defensive replacements for the A's. Alcantara now at short, and Max Muncy takes over in right field. So Simeon is out. Valencia is out. There's Wilhelmsen. Pant legs up high. I wouldn't say a lot of players do that, but we are seeing it a little bit more. Chris Smith has it.
It's a good look.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Something a little different. Three and 2 the count to Seager, who is 2 for 4 with a home run, a single, and a couple of RBIs. So he now has 92 runs batted in on the year. He got a pitch to hit, fouled it back. So day game tomorrow, and then the A's second to the last road trip of the year. It'll be 4 in Kansas City next week, and then 3 against the Rangers in Arlington. So I have not seen the Royals in a long time. I honestly can't remember the last time we played the Royals. When was it, Ray?
Middle of April.
April. Okay, good. So it was a long time.
Wendelken with a fastball, 6th pitch. And Wendelken threw and almost got to Big Head Eck.
And Seager waves at a pitch, and off speed, Smith gets the strikeout. So 4 in Kansas City, and then in Texas. Then we come back home. 19th, 20th, 21st against the Astros. 23rd, 24th, 25th against the Rangers. And that's the final homestand. 19th through the 25th. And the A's will finish with 3 in Anaheim, 4 in Seattle. So really 3 weeks of baseball left in this 2016 season for the A's.
Yeah, the October 2nd regular season finale, 3 weeks from tomorrow. But yeah, the weekend of April the 15th, when the Royals came into town, and the A's are going to feature some different players than they featured in that middle of April.
Well, the Royals still in it. Coming into today, they're 4 games behind the second wild card, but again, they got a whole bunch of teams in between them, so they're kind of in desperation mode right now, a little bit like the Seattle Mariners. Lind is retired, hit a ball hard again. He's out. 2 outs for Sucre.
It's amazing really how the season goes when you play the first 3 or 4 months and you just try to build up wins, and then you get down to that crunch time and you're saying, well, if we'd won this one or that one, hadn't blown that lead, and you don't think about it at the time, but they are big, and the big wins in April definitely help you in September.
And you usually, the ones that you let get away are the ones you remember more.
Yeah.
Oh, and 2 now to Jesus Sucre, who was 2 for 4, 2 singles. Yeah, the Rangers, a 9-game lead right now. 21 games left. We're going to witness a celebration?
Hope not, but you never know.
That's possible,
well,
yes, huh?
Well, that would be,
let's see.
Hey, they could have it done before they come into here, come to Oakland. That would be the 23rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yeah, after that Oakland, the series here in Oakland, the Rangers have 6 more games left, so possible. You know, Mikey Thalbaum has looked at that.
Yes.
Visiting clubhouse manager.
That's right.
You know he has, and I don't blame him. He's done the math over and over in his head.
Well, he was so happy in 2012 when they had champagne out every day. The Rangers did, and never got to use it. Just kept sending it over to the A's.
Hit high in the air. Eibner fighting that sun. He says, I got it. Backs up a little bit. He makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down inning for Chris Smith. So we're going to the bottom of the 8th. 14-1, the Mariners lead.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
All right, game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. All Mariners today, 14-17-1 for Seattle. They had a 4-run inning and a 6-run inning. And for the A's, 1-8-0. Felix Hernandez, 6 shutout innings, so he's in line for his 11th win of the year. And Kendall Graveman, he's had a lot of good starts in the last 3 months. Today was not one of them. So he got knocked around. The Mariners trying to make it 2 in a row over the Athletics. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Tom Wilhelmsen comes in. And he's the 3rd pitcher in the ball game for the Mariners. Williamson traded to the Rangers in the offseason for Leonis Martin, then struggled with Texas. They let him go, and he's back in Seattle.
He's got to be happy. He had decent success with the Mariners before being traded. 7+ ERA doesn't help him, and the 2 wins and 4 losses doesn't help, but pretty good setup man.
First at bat for Brett Eibner. Think about the Rangers, Ray. They had Tollefson as their closer last year. He did a pretty good job. So they went into this year with Tollefson. Felt pretty good about that. And then they made the trade for Wilhelmsen, who, as you said, has been a good closer, or a good closer occasionally, but a pretty good pitcher out of the bullpen for the Mariners in his career. So I think the Rangers we're thinking we're going to get a couple pretty good years from these guys, and both of them were really bad.
Yeah.
Rangers made some changes in that bullpen, and now it's much better. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss by Eibner.
And the Mariners started with Steve Cishek. They got him in the offseason to be their closer, and now it's Diaz who just blows everybody away, as that pitch blew away Brett Eibner. Good fastball up in the zone.
Now batting first baseman, Number 17, Yonder Alonso.
So here's Yonder Alonso. He's 1 for 3 with a double. That game at Yankee Stadium is now in the bottom of the 8th, with the Yankees leading 3-1 over the Rays. Big chopper towards second. O'Malley has it. So 2 quick outs for Tom Wilhelmsen in the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting right fielder.
Well, Mariners will stay on the road after this game. They'll go to, or not after this game, after this series, I should say. They'll go to Anaheim Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They still have the Astros 6 times. Of course, that 4-game series at the end against the A's. They also play the Blue Jays in a 3-game series.
I guess you could say with 5 teams and 3 divisions, you're going to have that, but that's strange. You know, if you're playing a team from the East, whereas the A's, you know, it seems like teams do that with the 5 teams, and you want the divisional play down the stretch, which works out well. But from the Mariners standpoint, Blue Jays team fighting for, well, they have a lot of stake in the Eastern Division.
Well, I mean, as to your point, looking at the Blue Jays schedule, the Blue Jays right in the middle of this great race in the AL East, right? 4 teams involved. They still have a West Coast trip at Anaheim, at Seattle.
Amazing.
So the Blue Jays battling these teams in the East, but they got to make the long flight one more time. It's the Blue Jays we're talking about.
The only positive thing about that, they can watch the games on the East Coast. They'll be finished before they start playing, and they know what they have to do.
Muncy checked his swing. Yeah, you hope to get the matchups that are great for baseball down the stretch. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Muncy with the 2-out walk. So Healy will try to pick up his 3rd hit, and 2 singles and a run scored.
Now batting third baseman, 48. Ryan.
He's so happy. He does not care about the score.
Yeah, this is a good day to be in the diamond level.
That beautiful.
Or there, just you know.
He's got a seat. He's right on the aisle. He's got a bag, cotton candy on his lap, and he is just going through it. That's a good day. Look at that. Look at every piece he grabs is bigger than the last one. I think he's worried about a 14-1 score. No.
He really
kind of envious of him actually right now.
He might be wondering why Max Muncy's still at first, down by 13 and not being held on, but that's immaterial from his standpoint. Now, one of the things about if the runner's at first and less than 2 outs, and he goes and the hitter swings, it could be getting into a double play, a line drive, but not in this situation. There are 2 outs, and might as well get to second base.
High in the air, down toward the bullpen, foul territory. Nice play. He had a railing to go over, and then that little padded wall. That was a very fine play by that gentleman. Watch how far he reaches over.
Oh, great play.
No glove.
And he might, you know, if he keeps it, more power to him, because that's a great catch.
Picked by Sucre. 1-2 the count. Come on, Ray. It's 14-1. I know you want catchers to blocked the ball properly with 2 strikes, but it is 14-1.
You knew he caught it because it's 14-1. If it's important, he won't catch it.
That one hit to left, headed into the corner. Aoki near the wall, and that baby is gone. Healy has homered, and the A's trail 14-3. Healy homered on Wednesday, and he homers today.
And that's just how strong he is with the pitch down and in. The curveball stayed in the inner part of the plate. Well, Thompson going for the strikeout, and a curveball left in the wheelhouse and 2 strikes. And again, it's what Darren Bush says. He recognizes the curveball looking fastball, and with his power and strength carried it down the left field line.
So after a quiet night last night, Healy 3 for 4 today, and now with a home run. Heads up. Heads up.
Oh,
wow. Man.
She was having some Weber seasonings down. She forgot about the pelota.
It looked like she was looking right at the ball. Seager backs up, gets a good hop across the diamond side, retired. Healy with a 2-run homer, his 8th home run of the year. So we're going to the 9th. 14-3 Mariners.
Athletics Baseball live with the MLB.com at bat app. Stay up to the moment, any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and your tablet.
Chris Smith back to work. It is the top of the 9th inning. And this is Ben Gamble, who's 2 for 4. 17 hits for the Mariners. So they have kind of had their way offensively today. Couple of quick foul balls. Another nice play. That was by a youngster. A backhanded play, a low backhanded play, reaching over the railing. 2-2 the count. The Mariners last night hit a couple of home runs. Today they've hit just one, a solo shot by Seager.
4 walks have scored.
Got 4 doubles. Marte to follow here in the top of the ninth. And a swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Smith.
And boy, just running away from Gamble in good location by Chris Smith.
Now batting, number 4, Ketel Marte.
So with one out, here's Ketel Marte, who hits for the 5th time. He's 2 for 4. 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and an RBI, and he takes the first pitch strike. And Marte, hitting in the 9th spot, has done plenty of damage from down there. And that's a shot towards center. Eibner in center gets over there to make the catch. So a hard hit ball by Marte, but it's an out.
Now batting, number 8, Nori Aoki.
So at bat number 6 for Nori Aoki. He has more than done his job today. 2 doubles, a single, a walk, and 3 runs scored. All out of the leadoff spot. So you can't ask for a whole lot more than that. Mariners get some action at the top of their lineup. They can be tough with the big fellas in the middle.
With a home run last night. Solo home run, but he's more of a table setter. He scored the 3 runs and collecting 3 hits today on top of it.
Toward the A's bullpen, and it falls. And 3 guys come together. Be careful out there. Smolinski ends up colliding with Alcantara. Well, you're just going full steam, and not a whole lot anybody can do.
Stepped on the left foot. That's when Smolinski went down. Football player, though.
He is tough guy.
Yeah. Seen his dad? Don't mess with his dad.
Two-two pitch is hit to shallow center. And Eibner has it. Good inning for Chris Smith. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Smolinski's going to lead it off. 14-3. Mariners lead.
The 23rd, you can look up in the sky. You can say, is it a bird? Is it a plane? You can say, no, it's superhero fireworks. It's presented by AAA. These post-game fireworks will be set to some of the best music from superhero movies. Dress as your favorite characters and enjoy the show from the outfield grass as long as space is available. Enjoy an A's game and then superhero fireworks right after, and you can seize your tickets right now. Athletics.com/fireworks. 6 great fireworks shows throughout the season, and that is the finale. Final weekend of the regular season, 23rd Friday night, superheroes Friday fireworks night, and a lot of kids and get here and be able to get out on the field and dress up as one of the characters and enjoy the fireworks right here at the Coliseum.
Fidel Nuno comes in for the 9th inning. Pitcher number 4 for the Mariners. It all started with Felix Hernandez. He went 6 shutout innings. Chad Pinder is pinch hitting for Smolinski. A's post-game live coming up after the game. We're going to let them break this one down.
Yeah, they're very good about that. You know, Shooty's the best.
Shooty will take care of it. I think what really happens is what they do is they get you ready for tomorrow.
That's a good idea. You mean by having a football score today?
It is a football score. Yep. Seager has it. One hopper across the diamond. And Chad Pinder is retired. Yeah, I guess it is fitting with NFL starting tomorrow, although there was a game on Thursday. But
now batting second baseman.
With a score like today, although you just don't want to be on the wrong end of it. Unfortunately, the A's are. So Pinder is retired, and that'll bring up Joey Wendell. 2 for 4, make it 1 for 4 for Joey Wendell. Wendell had a base hit in the first, couple of groundouts, then he reached on an error and was given an RBI in the 7th inning. Facing the left-hander, facing a lefty for the first time.
Yeah, these games are always better if you're leading by 14-3 in the 9th inning versus trailing by 14.
Yeah, we'd be having a ball up here. That one hit well to left field. Aoki gets back there, turns around, makes the catch. Seemed like it kind of hung up. So 2 outs, and Alcantara will hit for the 2nd time.
Now batting number 30, Arismendi Alcantara.
Dick Callahan is always full of energy right down to the wire, and no matter what the score. So congratulations to A's public address announcer Dick Callahan. Top of his game every day comes out here.
Alcantara takes a strike. 2nd at bat for Alcantara, came in to play shortstop for Marcus Semien in the 7th inning, giving Marcus, who's played every game almost. Right field, Heredia is there. Yeah, that's the ball game. So all Mariners this afternoon as they swing it big time offensively, and they take game 2 of this series. 3 hours and 3 minutes was time of game. And the crowd this afternoon at the Coliseum, 18,438. The Mariners beat the Athletics today 14-3. You've been watching Oakland A's baseball on CSN California. It's part of the NBC Sports Group. Don't go away. A's postgame live with Brody Brazil and Shooty Babbitt starts right now.